We on?
Yeah, so it was definitely an interesting week. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, a lot of accidents. Okay, we were just saying Jason's wife kicked this whole thing off, smashed his Jeep, then he had to buy a truck. We talked about that a little bit because Wes's dad ended up buying that truck off Josh. He did. He had it here yesterday. I like it, dude. It's super clean. I can't believe how clean it is. But he acted like he was on the fence about it. He wasn't sure about it. I got a vibe of regret off of him. I don't know why. Like, he's like, it's all right. I'm like, fuck it. I think they were going to ask 20 grand for that truck. He got it for 14 something.
So he got a fucking deal.
Because it was so clean. They tell you right up, we're going to ask this for it, you know. Yeah. They booked at 18, but it was so clean. You know, the dealerships. Stealerships for a reason.
But, yeah.
And then Gavin got hit. And then your kid got hit. Joe Estelle's second hot daughter got hit. Joe, your daughters are hot, by the way, buddy. Anyway.
Today.
Yeah.
I took down a cable line.
Yeah. Just been a hell of a...
Just one of those days.
I don't feel like the deer hitting streak is over yet. Somebody else that's close to us is going to smoke another one. Anyway, I had to go to Not Just Guns today. And poor Stan... something wrong. Poor Stan, I called him a bunch of times for my ordered gun. And I think he was sick of me calling him. But the last time I called, that wasn't about that. It was about ordering that other one, paying for it, because I knew they were getting low on stock. The guy tells me, that's the last one we got. Sweet, I'll take it. I'll just pay for it now over the phone. Perfect. I get there, and it wasn't the last one in stock. I'm like, what? Fucker lied to me. But, now, you know what, dude? Not Just Guns and Stan, those guys, they've got everything. I cannot believe how much stuff they have in there, and the prices are still cheaper than internet. And you could buy right off their website. So, hey, kudos to those guys. Thanks again.
But, you want to kick it?
Kick it?
Start it?
Oh, yeah. Liberty and Lead podcast. Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
So I happened to notice this week that my ELD... Forgot what I was saying.
Well, you hit a wire.
Your ELD.
Oh, my ELD? It's my first name and then Moo. That's as much as it shows.
That's funny.
But, so yeah, today I hit a cable line. I was backing into a residential delivery. Half mile. It was a dead-end road. Address is half a mile from the nearest intersection. And I'm not wheeling it all the way down this road in a sketchy part of Lansing.
Dude, you just described all of Lansing.
I know. So, whatever, it's a public road, so I just backed the truck down. And I was on the correct side for the direction I was moving, but facing the wrong direction. And then I saw some cable lines wiggling as I went past, so I'm like, well, let's go to the other side, closer to the pole. Just avoid this. And switch to the other side and continue backing on down the road. And then all of a sudden I see a cable drop between the trailer and the cab. I'm like, well, too late now. But it caught, luckily, on the passenger side corner. So I was able to slowly back up and get the cable, or pull forward just slowly to get the cable back up on the trailer. So, see the cable line drop, and I was able to pull forward and get the line back up on the trailer, and then it dropped off the back. Call the office, like, all right, get your pee-pee slapping gloves on, because I'm in trouble. And they told me to call the safety hotline. Call the safety guys, file the report. They say, you better call 911 because the cable is down. Call 911, let them know. And I told them, it is a cable line. Like, not power line or anything. It's just a cable line.
Right.
Okay, we'll get somebody out there. Fire department shows up with an engine.
With the lights on?
No,
Oh,
They should have.
at least it wasn't lights and sirens.
they just showed up casually, walked over. Yep, it's a cable line. And then one of them joked about getting some PTO and pretending like he was getting shocked. But then they were like, why are we even here for this? So they just cut the line, coiled it up, and dropped it at the base of the cable, at the base of the pole. That's it. They even agreed with me when I said fucking lazy telecom workers don't want to put the pole at the correct height.
The wire?
Yeah, the wire at the correct height.
Cable, 2 inches below the grass line is deep enough.
Dude, legit. It's crazy.
You can tell where it's at because there's a hump in your lawn where the cable is.
No, this is overhead cable.
Oh.
And I even told the cops, like, legal limit's 14 feet. So how does a vehicle that's 13 and a half feet tall even touch it? And he said, this is Lansing. Nothing's legal. Oh, okay.
The governor lives here.
Yeah, no shit.
Fair enough.
Other than voting, that's what.
So that was pretty funky. And then something else funky happened when I got home.
I
Yeah,
did see you got to pet a deer.
that's exactly what I was going to bring up. There was a deer in my yard.
Oh, wow.
And
Can I see? Can I see? Yeah, that's a deer.
He needs to
What?
move down the pit.
like I actually like reached out and the deer actually let me pet it.
Really?
And I called a coworker about your guys'
Probably because your fingers smell like sausage.
called a coworker, said, hey, you're old as fuck. What do you do when there's a deer that's not afraid of you? He had not a fucking clue.
We usually club them or shoot them.
So then I recorded the video where I was actually able to like pet the deer because I didn't want the thing to like rear up.
Oh, you did?
Find out it's there's a video of it. Pet the deer a little bit and
I
then
think you would have sent it to us first.
well no, I wanted to tell you here.
Okay.
But pet the deer and then I got to thinking, it's like, well, there ain't shit I can do about it. And then once the dogs come out, this thing's in trouble.
Yeah, no shit.
So I called up the neighbor, the horse farmer, and I said, hey, do you have anything to feed a deer? And she said, oh, did Molly get out again? Fuck you mean, Molly?
What?
Or Millie. Did Millie get out? I don't know. Her ears perked up when she heard it. So the neighbor came out, like coming down the driveway, said, Millie, come here. And this fucking deer ran towards her. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, I
So
mean,
its mama.
I've seen her too. I'd be running.
Its mama got hit by a car. So the neighbor's daughter decided to adopt the baby doe.
Bottle feeding it, and yeah.
So they have a pet deer. Obviously, they can never release it back into the wild because this fucking thing walked right up to me willingly. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
That's all. I pick a bucket, walk up, and just fucking club it. No shots.
He's gonna put it in a headlock. You son of a bitch.
I ain't seen a brown bear yet. Oh, there's one.
But
He's walking up to Moody.
so I shared that, and then a supervisor we used to work with. Nope. Did he delete it?
I've got a page and a half of.
So a guy we used to work with said, watch it till the end to see you maul it and eat it raw. Sadly disappointed.
I've got one full page of gun stuff. A page and a half of Harbor Freight Black Friday sale. Again, I did the highlights, the shit that stood out to me, whatever. Some generators are on sale. I think we're going to buy one at some point, but there's no good ones for us on that Black Friday sale. Anyway, what else you have your week?
Nerd shit. SpaceX was able to catch a rocket as it was coming back to Earth.
I've seen that.
Tesla just announced the Robovin, they call it.
But our president can't string a sentence together. But they can land. They can stick the landing of a fucking rocket.
But we also, on the same token, know that the vice president we have was raised middle class. I don't know what else she says. That's as much as I've ever gotten out of her.
That's her policy.
So what are you going to do to fix the inflation? Well, I was raised middle class. That's not what I fucking asked you.
What about all the infrastructure? I was raised
Well,
middle
that was
class.
Trump's fault.
Yeah, no shit. God.
Did you guys see the interview with her and Brett Baer?
Yeah.
On Fox?
I've seen pieces of it.
Oh,
She was getting all.
She was like, what? She goes, what is your, do you feel a responsibility for all the illegals coming in? Well, that was Trump's fault.
Oh yeah, it's always Trump's fault.
But she's like, but he's not in office, and you guys let all these people. Well, it's because we had a bipartisan bill, and Trump knocked it down. Well, Trump wasn't the president, so he couldn't have knocked it down.
Well, I've enjoyed Kamala saying we have to fix what's been done over the last few years. You mean under your boy Biden
And you?
and her?
You know what's
What
sad?
was what's the number that they came out with? Like the last 16 years have been Democrat or something like that. But somehow everything is
12 of the last 16 have been Democrat.
But somehow the 4 that Trump was in there is the whole problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Chicago has a lot of financial issues, and they're saying it's because of the Republican they had a long time ago and not the string of Democrats they've had since.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, why would you be logical about it?
Well, hold on. If we're going to go on that same token, Rick Snyder is the reason why our roads are getting fixed.
Who?
Rick Snyder?
The former governor.
Yeah.
Republican.
The Republican before
yeah,
Whitmer,
okay.
after
You talk a little
that
slower.
one
No,
bitch.
I for some reason I thought, I don't know why, but I thought Granholm was the last one. I'm like, wait, what?
No, that was
You're
the one
you're
before.
He was there for a minute, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's the one that caught all the blame for Flint.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
I remember that, dumbasses. God.
Wasn't Flint run by Democrats?
Well, hold on. So Flint was run by Democrats, and
These people keep wondering where everything's
the
going.
Flint, the Flint City Board decided that they didn't want to pay Detroit for water anymore, so they decided to switch their power source or water source, but they weren't in the process. And Detroit said, "Oh, you're going to leave us? Well, fuck you. No more water." So they scrambled for any water source they could get, and they chose the Flint River of all things. And not
It's gotta
only
be clean because there's automotive industry around that, and they're clean.
and not only did they choose the Flint River, which is fucking disgusting, but then they didn't add anti-corrosion additives to the water like Detroit was. So then the water without anti-corrosion additives was running
Corroded the
through
pipes.
pipes, started corroding the pipes from the inside, released the lead into the water, which caused the whole fucking issue.
Okay, let me step back. Adding anti-corrosion to the water. Can that be good for you?
I mean, it's better than lead.
But you're adding anti-corrosion. It's like
Do you want your insides to corrode?
uh,
You want to die of
neither one of them
rust?
sound like a good
I
thing.
doubt they make Miller Lite in Flint.
What the fuck?
Man, I as bad as their water is, I still think it's got to be as bad or equal to what we got down here at the bottom of the hill in Ionia. That what we call it,
Super fun site.
super fun.
EPA Superfund.
Yeah.
EPA
At
super
the bottom
fun
of the hill?
site.
Or are you talking over on
Over on
Cleveland?
over on Cleveland, but the whole riverbank for the Grand River from
There.
like a quarter mile east of Cleveland
Downstream.
downstream. If you look at records and death certificates and everything, everybody along both riverbanks has died from cancer. And they're
His
all well
mom
water.
and Dave Holcomb's mom, like almost like
Bennett. Jimmy Bennett lived down there. Yeah.
And there's another one up St. Louis for Dow. And then there's
St.
there's
Louis,
one.
Michigan?
There's
Yeah.
a lot of super fun
Oh yes.
sites out there.
Oh yes, there is.
Dude,
And
that's-
they won't be.
So the 30s.
It was
World War II started or something, and everybody was dumping chemicals anywhere they could. 'Cause they're
Yep.
mass
There was
producing
a lot
everything.
of dry cleaning chemicals. Well, every time that the river would frickin' flood down here, it would run into there, and it would seep through the banks into the river.
Well, look
and
at
it
Rockford.
just
They got the whole
Wolverine.
Wolverine. I don't know if it was the water repellent they were using
Yep.
or whatever.
What's the
water's
name
all-
of it? It's PFAS.
Yeah, PFAS.
So that's everywhere though. That's the one that everybody gravitates to when you say it. But Lax just got in trouble for it with the 4090 building where she used to work, and Scott and everybody else.
Dude,
They
I
shut
could
it
have
down.
told you that building was.
Well, yeah, you can see the fucking door tracks are all rusted off the hinges a couple of years after it was built. But Bailey's Grove is like right down the hill from there. I'm like, ooh, that's gotta suck.
see out there,
Oh, shit.
the one down here in
You
Ionia.
text her.
They say the one down here in Ionia won't be clean for another 300 to 500 years.
Oh damn. So don't live down about
It'll.
Alright.
So, real quick, I got her out here real quick. So, last Sunday, the girls left and went down to some craft show or something, right? And I learned a new word, new phrase, something.
Oh God.
Bianca, get up here. What did you call it?
Alpha mom?
Alpha moms. You know what? You ever heard of alpha mom? She came home and she goes, "There was alpha moms as far as I could see," and I'm like, "What the hell is an alpha mom?
Type A.
What's an alpha mom?"
It's a guy.
No, it's like where women wear no sleeve vests that are black and long sleeve shirts, and then they have their hair up and
Coffee.
yeah, coffee, lattes, whatever it
Jesus.
is.
Alpha moms. That's
I
funny.
was thinking Alpha
And then
Mom
they
was
always
like
say
a
that their
guy
sons
and
play
a guy
soccer
that
or
are married.
football, but they don't. You can tell that they don't play any sports.
What does an alpha mom drive?
A Jeep, a van.
Minivan, Jeeps.
Hold on, minivan or a 1500 or 150 of whatever pickup truck, crew cab, short box with a tonneau cover. Guaranteed it's a fucking soccer mom.
Is it a black Dodge?
It can be.
No,
Mine's
white.
2500.
White.
White is for sure.
White Dodge.
No, I wanted you to.
You
I
can't
wanted
say
you to do
white.
this one.
That's
So
racist.
Racist. Yep.
what is there anything
Melanin
else that,
challenged.
that makes an alpha mom?
They're normally in groups.
Their attitude, maybe. What's their attitude?
Are they like Karens?
Kind of.
real bitchy?
Like they
They like to see managers.
they say they're really nice, but then when you go out to eat with them, they call the manager just for it being a little bit too hot.
That's a Karen / alpha mom. It was new to
Fucking
me, and I
people.
thought it was funny. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Thank you. That's all.
I mean,
wanted.
it
You can sit here and talk with us if you want.
No.
Though.
it is a funny name.
Okay. Thank you, baby. Alpha mom. She can't, and I'm like, the hell is an alpha mom? She goes, vest. And I'm like, oh shit.
But that's the thing. You see so many freaking women wearing vests now.
Yeah.
What? Sorry.
See a lot of guys that think they're women too.
Well, there's that too. See a lot of guys that might be women.
Stop pulling that cord.
Huh?
Stop
Yeah,
pulling that
no.
cord.
You see a lot of women that might be guys too.
Yeah, well, actually, that was something that she brought up the other day too. She seen one in a trans person, and she wouldn't let it go. She didn't know what to think of it.
So I pulled up the EPA Superfund site.
Plural.
Oh,
Or
it's a list.
Just
Oh.
okay.
Are we in the top 5? Come on, we got to be in the
So
top 5.
Well,
there's
we're in the bottom 1% of education.
there's
Okay,
92
that's part of the
entries.
super fun thing.
There's 92 entries with
Michigan.
In the state of
Michigan
Michigan.
in it.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Freaking
But
A.
I'm scrolling through here. Gratiot County Golf Course is on the Superfund site.
Like playing golf on a big deal.
It's a
We're not
golf
drinking.
course.
Yeah.
And Gratiot
look at
County
grass.
landfill. But Ionia City landfill is on the site.
Yeah. Oh, that would be.
I'm opening it.
The city landfill. That would have been what it is now down there, Cleveland, maybe.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that
It
used
was?
to be the
Okay.
land.
Ionia City landfill, 20
Really?
acre landfill. It's on the floodplain of the Grand Rive.
Yep.
Sure sure is.
It operated from the mid-30s until it closed in the late 60s.
Hey, good run.
Residential waste, industrial waste, including drummed liquids and solids, were dumped and burned at the site. In 81, the DNR confirmed the presence of VOCs, volatile organic compounds, in groundwater. Samples of the waste in the drums revealed the presence of paint waste and used solvents.
Huh.
So,
It's all good stuff.
that's Cleveland Street. But yeah, there's a nice long list. But,
Yeah, now there's
Well,
one.
back
The one
back
up
in the 30s.
hold on, let me clear
There's
out.
the one up in St. Louis that's right on M46.
Total, nationwide, there is 1,905 Superfund sites.
Think about it, that's not that many. Nationwide.
And how many did you say had Michigan in them?
91.
So that's 91
What's up, Pimper?
out of 1,900.
There are
So there's 1,800 to divide between 49 other states.
Once they stop.
the average Superfund sites per state based on total is supposed to be 38. We have 91.
We were
You know why? Because we're the automotive.
I was going to
we
say,
were not only automotive but manufacturing, and then when late 1920s, 30s,
Ooh, there's a
World War
map.
II, they turned all those factories or built 1 million factories to build ships, tanks, jeeps,
military surplus items.
yeah, munitions. They built a lot of munitions here. There's
That's-
one on Alpine, I
That's
think.
what Michigan looks like on the Superfund map.
What's okay? Red, yellow, green. Is that their three colors?
Yep.
What's
Well,
how
let's
bad
see.
what's the worst one?
Red is Gelman Scientific. I'm assuming red is bad.
Usually it is.
Is in Ann Arbor. March 2024, proposed Superfund national priority list. Added to the priority list. Oh, it's trying to add it. I think red might be proposed because Bay City Middle Grounds. Internet sucks around
Must be
here.
Bay City because I mean, was it Tri-City over there?
Middle Grounds.
Bay City.
43.
DuPont?
Nope.
Wow.
Dow.
Down.
Sounds like
That's up in Freeland.
they're all over.
43-acre Bay City Middle Grounds landfill, located on Middle Ground Island in Bay City. Landfill operated from 1956 to 1984. Waste disposal operations contaminated soil and groundwater with hazardous chemicals. Yeah, they're working.
28 years it was operated, and now it's a Superfund site.
And then if we move up, oh great, Air Force Base.
Up in Grayling?
Worth Smith Air Force Base in Oscoda. The 5,223 acre Air Force Base is located in the northeastern part of Michigan's Lower Peninsula. Leaking chemical storage tanks and waste disposal operations contaminated soil and groundwater with hazardous chemicals. Following cleanup, operation and maintenance activities are ongoing. Some areas of the site are still under investigation. Cleanup is being conducted by the Air Force with Michigan Department of Environment, blah, 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 oversight. So there's some
The
pretty...
government really takes care of it. You know, they've taken such good care of everything.
Well, let's see what else in Grand Rapids. What's green mean?
It's been cleaned up, but probably not really cleaned up. I don't know.
I need you to pronounce this name for me.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Volker Stalsma. Refuge.
Refuse.
Did you say licks a lot of puss?
Now, I wish I would have.
Volkertsma?
Fucking hurts me. Don't look at me.
That's Dutch.
5-year review. Oh, so it's been cleaned, but they do a 5-year review to make sure it's still clean. Here's one. Chem Central in, looks like Byron Center area.
That's got to piss them
Oh, it's in Wyoming Township, sorry. EPA conducting its 6th 5-year review of the Chem Central Superfund site located on Stafford Ave in Wyoming. Regular checkups.
It's got to be something with
There
the
it
name
is.
Stafford.
2-acre Chem Central site in Wyoming. Since 1957, Chem Central has distributed industrial chemicals from the site. Between 1957 and 1962, hazardous waste entered the ground, blah, blah, blah. So basically, if you ever want to feel bad about where you live, look up the Superfund site and see what kind of toxins are.
And then look up
Dumped
local news and see
casually.
how many people have been born with like 4 legs and 12 fingers. And,
I was born with 3 legs.
yeah,
I
but
got a small wiener, so
I don't-
there was a lot of toxins.
I don't think 2 inches is a leg.
That's the first thing in the
Maybe a
morning, too.
toe.
It's cold, okay?
Man, I got lots of stuff.
Anyway, we got off subject anyway about the damn Superfund site.
Are we gonna wait to hit on all the sales stuff? We got, like I said, I got a fucking ton of gun stuff. I've got a ton of Harbor Freight sale. I've got some stuff here.
We'll keep the first one light.
Okay,
Why does it say pre-pandemic at the top of this?
that's what that sale is. It's Black Friday. That means it's pre-pandemic.
Pandemic.
It's a big
Is that like
pre-pandemic
Planned
sale.
Parenthood?
Prepare yourself. You're gonna need a
Oh,
generator. You're gonna
yeah.
need tools. You're gonna
New pandemic
I was gonna say.
2.0.
yeah.
Did your kid
Come-
leave his lights on?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going.
Let's say come January, what, 21st, 20th?
20th
It's going to be
Or-
another pandemic.
or the 6th.
That's an insurgent day.
That's a national holiday.
Should be.
What?
January
January
6th.
Oh, dude, fucking joke. J6, baby.
Anyway,
Worst terrorist attack on American history ever, right?
Yeah.
you know,
Give me a fucking
Everyone
break.
walking through and taking pictures and security opening the doors for them. Oh, yeah.
I got a link
Such
earlier
an
Definitely
insurrection.
sent
surpassed
to me
9/11.
by your old
Oh, yeah.
lady. Said I got a link sent to me earlier by your old lady about political signs
Oh,
at
yeah.
local gas station. And I passed there. Holy shit, that freaking front yard was full. I mean, freaking full. There must have been 500. Now it is empty. Not a single sign there.
That's good, because that's our side.
There was not a single sign there when I passed there coming here. And when I passed there at
Right.
freaking 6 o'clock,
New view.
it was full.
New view.
It
You
was
think they
freaking-
just packed it up, or you think
No.
they got rid of them all?
I think they got rid of them all. Because coming back out of Ionia, back towards my house, when I seen, there was political signs in everybody's yard. And all of them that were in that picture, there's like 6 lined up, creating one big flag in everybody's yards.
So
Hell yeah.
I don't do political signs in my yard
Yet.
at all
You don't
Yeah.
need to. There's no room with the anal lube jugs.
I'm
because
gonna totally put a fucking.
I feel like if you have a Trump sign in your yard, it's saying, "Hey everybody, you might disagree with me, and I work for a living."
Oh yeah.
Come by and steal my shit during the day when I'm at work.
I'm not here because
So
I'm
I
at
have
work.
a passive income because you have a job.
Put a sign on your garage door. Don't steal from me. I need those tools to fucking get your welfare check.
But that's one of the reasons. It's a nice sign saying, "Hey, come take my shit. I work for a living." And the other side of it is nobody's ever changed their mind from a sign in someone's yard. Unless
yeah, you're
it's,
right.
I
I don't know, I've been
fucking
thinking
hate
about
this
voting
piece
for
of
Kama.
except it's,
He's got
I
a
hate
vote.
that piece of shit, so whoever he's voting for, I'm not voting for that.
Right.
Like when the house down the road from me that was running a daycare had a Biden flag out front.
Never mind.
I know.
Okay.
No, I seen one earlier that was Harris Walls, and all I could think when I've had Harry Balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I could think.
I've seen
Passing
like
there, I'm
people
like Harry
taking
Balls.
Sharpies and stuff.
Yeah, but it's only getting closer. I mean, what, we're 2.5 weeks out right now?
Careful.
Let's see.
Seriously.
We are two weeks out or 2.5 weeks out?
The
It's
5th.
the 5th.
5th?
Tina's birthday. Hope she gets a
And what,
great
today's the
birthday present.
18th?
Right.
Today's the 18th.
So we're 17 days away right now. 18 days away because 31st. Sorry.
Two
Again,
and a half
all
weeks.
the campaigning they're doing, everybody's already made up their minds. Just stop spending our fucking tax dollars on it.
And dude, I'm getting so sick
over
of the freaking commercials. I'm getting so sick of the freaking
What,
flyers in my
fucking
mailbox. The other day, I
dog
walked out to my
scratching my
mailbox. Granted, I didn't check it for 2 days. I had 17 freaking flyers
I had 3
in
there
my
today.
mailbox in 2 days.
You
I
guys
don't
get a
see
shitload of text?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not a shitload, but I get a lot.
Oh, hold on. Let's go through texts I've gotten.
Oh, I freaking delete them because
At 2:54 today, I got one for absentee voting.
Oh, yeah.
At 10:36 this morning, something about Democrats suck.
How many of us here think that there's going to be way more voters this year than there are people?
I can definitely agree that
Hold on,
It's
there
gonna
was
be bad. They got to
80
cheat, and they can't cheat that much.
There was 81 million people that voted for Biden. Obama didn't even have that much. He was the most popular president ever when he was elected. He was the most popular president ever to that time. And Biden got more? Nah.
Yeah.
I remember walking
There goes
into,
to show you a white man gets more votes than a black man.
I walked into Dan Belise's office once in a while, a long time ago, and I looked, and there's a picture of Obama, and I looked, and I'm like, really? And he goes, oh yeah, he's my man. I'm like,
Yeah, he's Democrat.
Bomber
yeah.
in chief.
so Belize is a dumbass.
yes.
Okay.
First president to have two men in
By the time
office.
this show comes out on the air, race car swap meet will be over.
Yep, that's Sunday fun day.
We all gonna make it. You going? I think Hendricks wants to. I don't know if he will or not. He always says he wants to, and then he forgets or something. I told him this year I would actually remind him Saturday sometime.
Better text him now.
I say, I've been down there every year for the last 10 or 12 years, so
Yeah, but
I'll
Trey,
be
you want to
there.
go with me this year?
Is it a date? Is this a date night?
Here it comes.
No, I'm just
You guys
saying
going to Applebee's
it's going to
afterwards?
go a
I don't
lot
know.
faster.
I was gonna say we don't have to freaking visit each freaking booth for 3.5 freaking hours each.
Hey, how's the wife
Oh,
and
you're
kids?
with Ty?
Yeah.
They bitch about it every time I talk to everybody.
You mean we spit facts about it every time?
It was funny because, just a sidebar, he was giving me shit earlier about the fucking, what was it, Cracker Barrel. We went to
Yeah,
Cracker
white
Barrel
person
today, and
keg.
It was, yeah. Shit, it's Cracker Barrel. We went there today. It was, for the time we ordered to actually getting our food, is 40 minutes. It's the worst service we've had like that in a long time. So. But then he's giving me shit. He's like, Amy's like, you ever been in there? He goes, no. Yeah, we did after TDC once. It's funny.
Crack pipe barrel.
White person keg.
That
White
was the
person
one, it might
bucket.
have been the one TDC I actually got up in the morning, and it was still morning.
I was-
I get so fucked up, they're kicking me out of the hotel. I'm like, is anybody else here? No, you were the last guy.
And you have to go.
Yeah, they do. They legit.
I mean, the maid's been cleaning on you for an hour. She has to change sheets.
There's been some ugly nights there, that's for sure. Usually the celebration nights are the ones that really get fucked up at. But anyway, back to
See a squirrel.
trash. Back to usual trash here.
Yep. So, we got on your little list there.
Want to do this?
Yeah, might as well.
Well, let me see what I got in screenshots and stuff. See if
Well, I found one this week.
Oh, coming up prior to Black Friday, I might have mentioned this on here before, but I'm going to hit it again. Prior to Black Friday, tires at Walmart are supposed to be like $30 off. I need 2 for my car. The current set that's on there is my
I
son's
thought you
set.
got a set sitting up there.
They're in there. They're my winter tires. So I'll put the winter tires on, but if I can get the tires new for $30 off, I'm just going to have them put on now, and then next summer I'll be set. As long as I don't fuck up that car. I hope I don't have all the money to just put into it. I
So-
shouldn't as slow as I drive, but that was one of them. Another note I put in here. Communism is a natural enemy of freedom. I don't remember if I said that last week.
I mean,
natural lemon.
I would hope it was a known thing by now.
It is, but it's just a statement that I wrote down.
It's good to say just to make more controversy.
So Wes put Reagan on Plex, and I've always wanted to see it since it was, like, came out and he put it on right away. I don't watch a hell of a lot of TV, but dude, I sat right there and I was glued to it. Amy's like, "This is stupid," and left. But I'm like, it's pretty good. You'll have to watch it. Reagan on Plex. That was fucking. What's his name? He was
Reagan?
Superman.
Christopher Reeve.
No, he's dead, dumbass.
No,
Henry
not him.
Cavill.
Huh?
Henry Cavill.
No.
You're talking about
Anyway,
the
the guy that portrayed Reagan in the movie.
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I don't know his name, but
I do it. I can't. It's right there. He did an amazing job. It was fucking awesome, dude.
Dennis Quaid.
That's it.
He didn't play Superman.
Oh, you're right. He did. I don't know why.
he played a.
The fuck?
He played
I don't know superhero movies. I didn't get to watch a lot of TV.
He was in Brokeback Mountain.
That's where you know it from.
Yeah, must be. Was he?
You thought he was a super top. Let's see. He was in Day After Tomorrow, which is not a superhero movie. Dude, he was
He hasn't
not.
been in a single superhero movie. He was in the
Other than
Parent
Reagan.
Trap. He was in Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Okay. But anyway, the movie was great.
Okay, good.
It was pretty fast paced. It went through his life pretty quick. I mean, it was only like an hour and a half, whatever it was. Maybe
Yeah, you
2
got a lot
hours.
of ground to cover in a fucking lifetime.
But anyway, those were my notes that I keyed in throughout the week. I've been getting lax on those. But these lists are great. Like I said, we're going to do the fun episode, and then we'll hit on all this shit. Because
So I saw something talking about liberal nature. There's a heat map of like the way people's brains work, indicating that conservatives devote the majority of their empathy and care to family and friends, and liberals devote most of their concern to plants, trees, and inert entities such as rocks. And someone commented,
rocks for brains, man.
all liberals suffer from a delusion of what could be. They don't like what is. What could be lives in the abstract. It doesn't burden itself with realities. Therefore, it is perfect in their mind. Surprise, surprise, reality cannot live up to perfect. The liberal, therefore, grows to resent and hate reality for failing to live up to the standards of the abstract ideal that only exists in their head. They think their ideal is possible, but what exists is in its way. What exists is in its way. What exists is obstructing what could be, and they hate it for that. They hate society, they hate culture, and they hate their own people for occupying the space where the ideal could be. They hate whatever society they occupy, but everything outside the thing they hate that represents possibility, that represents alternatives that are not part of the thing they hate, so they fawn over it. This, I believe, is the source of the liberal out-group bias. Everything outside of what they hate is a potential tool to use against it.
Most instances, you can pick out a liberal pretty quick because of hair color or
That's what I was saying,
something.
because of hairs.
But if you can't, you can usually pick it out by the time they get 2 or 3 sentences in, and you figure out that they want their whole life is
Woe is
Based
me.
Also, the time of the day you could pick them out.
based
Yeah, 'cause they're
around.
gonna come
Because
around.
this guy is a professional fucking victim. He just wants to be paid.
Woe is me. Everybody's out to get me. Aw.
If they're out if they're out in public,
They're fucking Eeyore.
Yeah.
if they're out in public before 3:30 in the afternoon, liberal because they don't work.
Well, hold on. I'm out in public before 3:30, but I also start at 5 in the morning.
And you're closet liberal, so
Stop.
No, he's not.
I was watching Newsday because Kamal was in Grand Rapids at Riverside Park.
I'm
which is
surprised you're not there.
Basically, right across from the Veterans Zone.
God.
And this is like, it's pitch black. And they got all these, Monroe, or Riverside, it's not a huge juncture for buses and stuff.
I was going to say, lined up with buses.
There's buses coming around, like, you're shipping them in, you're paying them.
It's the only way to get people there. What was that
There's
big
some blue
rally?
spray paint before you get up there.
That big Kamala rally where they had Meg the Stallion. The only reason people showed up to fill the arena was to see her, and then they fucking left before Kamala started talking.
Remember that? No, if you look at the polls, though, she is doing great on some.
Hold on. Do you know anybody that has ever been polled by one of those?
I know. It's like,
Who are you talking to that you think Kamala's winning?
I see it on the old Instagram.
Oh,
Well, no. Who are they talking to that they think Kamala's winning? Because I've never heard anybody say that they've ever been polled.
True.
because you got to be a registered voter. You have
Democrat.
to be in a certain criteria.
A Democrat.
But I think it's all bullshit. It's always saying, well, they're neck and neck in the polls. The fuck they are, you freaking idiots.
Oh, what is it, Sean O'Brien or something? He's the Teamsters union head.
Yeah.
There's like 60% Trumpers. He goes, we're not going to pick a side this year.
Was
We're
it?
not doing it. The Democrats haven't done a
No,
fucking thing.
he's
for that.
picked a side. He says, we're Teamsters are for, come on.
Most Democrats or
most of them aren't.
most union leaders are Democrats through and through. The rank and file usually leans right, which throws me off that you're willingly throwing your money into a union that you know is voting Democrat against your best interests.
And probably pitching into their campaigns.
He did.
Yeah, they
He
are.
did. A bunch. And they
Oh,
gave a
shit.
little bit to the Republicans, apparently.
Yeah, they're
And-
fucking.
And yet, yeah, unions are fighting for me, motherfucker.
The unions are
Unions
how
are
are they
good.
putting that much money into fucking politics? Why?
Exactly. Unions were good back in the day, like when Ford was, and they were beating their employees and they were paying them nothing. Unions don't need to be existent now because everybody is competitive. Everybody is going to pay their employees. You don't need a union because now it's like, well, I want you, so I'm going to, like trucking. You guys aren't Teamsters. And, because they don't need to be because they'll come here because, you ain't paying fucking dues.
Well,
I'm sorry, but they do have better health insurance than I have ever had.
with what we do though, with the union, you have to play by the union games, and seniority is everything. So unless you're not number one, you're fucked.
I give a shit. What else was there? The NRA's going big on it. The UAW, Sean Fain. Is that his name?
I'll look it up.
When it comes to UAW, I have no idea.
Dude, I'm sorry. He's a scumbag.
Is he the one that
UAW
got
always
everything
has
raised
Sean
up and then took a
Fain.
$20 million freaking bonus or some shit?
Oh, unbelievable.
Well, hold on.
But now they're laying off, 1,600 at GM, a shitload more at Chrysler, and then he's like,
Stellantis.
wait a minute, but why?
Yeah,
because the fucking truck costs $200,000, and nobody can afford it.
Hold
Now
on.
they're not
No,
doing
it's
stuff in
worse
the
than
fucking
that.
parking lots.
Stellantis is laying off, what was it, like 2,500 people.
Yep. Something like that.
Because sales, basically they're saying, oh, the market is depressed, that's why we're not getting the good sales. But the market is showing that other brands are selling. So basically what's happening is your brand is trash at this point. The quality is through the floor and the price is through the roof, which is not a good combination, and people don't want to pay for it. So nobody's buying fucking Stellantis.
And it's usually they're the cheaper line of cars,
Used to be.
priced cheaper.
Used to be.
Well, most of them still are the car stuff. The actual people mover stuff. The trucks are probably a little different.
Well,
Trucks
the
aren't
lower
selling.
end of the car stuff, when you get into the screeching side of it, that's when you start getting into the massive markups over MSRP.
Probably the only thing that's keeping Stellantis alive is a Jeep, because everybody's got one.
Or the
Dude, there's
Hellcat.
so damn many Jeeps out there.
Yeah.
Or the Hellcat.
Dude, I bought a duck at Menards the other day. A big one. I got an idea for it. I'll show you. Tell you later. Yeah, it's one of the big TDC ducks. It's exactly like it. So I'm in the thing, and the woman checking me out, she's an older lady. She goes, "Oh, you getting that for your Jeep?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm straight." the guy behind me bust out laughing, and his wife's got her hands on her hips like this, and he says, "Oh, she's got a Jeep."
Well, she does like cock.
Oh, no, it's straight. It's or something else. She goes, "Oh, okay."
That's
Dude.
awesome.
So that was my Jeep joke. It was a true story.
I see so many Jeeps. I'm just tired of seeing the damn things.
You drive down the expressway and they're like, you can count from here to Grand Rapids. You can count like 100. Every other car's a Jeep. It's like,
You
what
can
the-
count on one hand how many Jeeps pass you that don't have a phone in one of their hands.
That ain't no shit. But if you see a guy that owns a Jeep in the mall, not anywhere near his Jeep, you can tell who he is because his shoulders are still going like this.
It cracks me.
That
I figured
wobble.
because he'd be in Claire.
So I'm starting to get a little questionable about Jeep airbags because they got all these Jeeps on their dash, like they're using that as the airbag.
The ducks, you mean?
There's like, I swear to God, some of these Jeeps have like 30 little ducks on their dash.
But don't worry, anytime you're riding in it, it's got an airbag.
He's calling it a windbag, I think.
Yeah.
I thought you were
We
saying the beer can.
we got ducked a couple times. It's like, get that fucking thing off my dash. It's
Fucking just whip that thing
like,
across the
put
parking
it in a
lot.
glove box.
Yep. I'll take that and put it in my bedroom later.
How did that even get started?
Fuck who knows. I think Barron's knows.
There's
He knows the story.
there's 3 people. There's Jeep people, there's Corvette people, and there's Harley people. They all have their
brother.
Harley people you can tell because all they own is Harley clothes.
That ain't no shit. It is a T-shirt.
It's
though.
like Arctic Cat snowmobile people. They're all fucking dressed in green. You can spot them out a million miles away.
Hey, he's right.
Well, it's like
Can't people.
It's like Dodge guys. They're always saying dumb shit like Mopar or no car.
Corvette owners, all they buy is New Balance shoes.
Yeah,
Dude, I still don't have any. I might have to.
I'm surprised you
splurge on
don't.
I should have. You know what? I should have looked at.
Splurge on
I'm
New
sure your
Balance.
dad's got a pair you can take.
Probably gonna
Ted's more of a sketcher kind of guy.
Hey, you better save
that's
up
a
your
cool
money
one,
so you can
right?
buy all that Harley shit for that bike you got.
I should have seen it on Prime Big Days or something. I should have looked on there and said they had the New Balance. That looked sporty as fucking.
I like how you say splurge on New Balance shoes.
I mean, I'm not.
I think he meant splooge.
I think you guys forgot just how cheap I am.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
no,
really
no,
cheap.
no, we haven't forgotten.
Just say, I don't think you're very cheap. I mean, 27 toolboxes, a plow, a brand new plow that gets used one time a year.
Got wax on it right now. Looks good. Doesn't it?
Drawing a penis.
Again, which one of you assholes do the penises on my board? I got a chalkboard thing over here, dry erase board.
Why do you have
Somebody-
a dry erase board?
For borrowed tools. 'Cause I
Oh,
can't
that
keep
was a
track-
borrowed tool. You borrowed it from somebody.
Well, the one looks like they traced mine. Pretty
Oh, was it about?
Well, there's one up above and then mine. Gavin, I know Gavin drew the first one up on top.
I did the other one last weekend, buddy.
That looks like he traced mine. That's sizable.
Look,
you make
the
it
one
that
Gavin
small?
drew?
No, it's like, no, yours.
No, that was an outline of mine. I stood up on the chair and did it.
Oh man. Where we at? 50. What other fun shit we got? We got any more fun shit, or are we gonna?
Oh, let's see what else I got.
So.
Trump at the Alfred Smith dinner, the Catholic fundraising dinner that all presidential candidates go to.
Okay.
He did some speaking there, and God, the fucking internet here sucks.
That's what he says.
He did some. I'm on cell, unfortunately, and it still sucks.
Router's right there.
I know, but I kicked off of it earlier when we were messing around with the camera stuff. So, Kamala refused to show up for some reason.
Oh, was that to the dinner or whatever it was?
Yeah,
The
that
Catholic-
Alfred Smith dinner. But
Her excuse was, it's customary that the vice president never shows up.
There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this? White Dudes for Harris. Anybody know it? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
And then
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walz.
Somebody was yelling.
I used to think the Democrats were crazy for thinking men had periods, but then I met Tim Walz.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get that thing I sent you about Waltz and how great?
Well,
I
that
started
one
watching
Fox
it.
interview the other day, didn't Harris show up like 2 hours late to it? And then when their time was up, they just cut the cameras and said, "We're done."
I hope so.
Well, the worst part about that whole thing was whenever they asked her a question, she said, well, Trump, like bringing Trump up. It's like, can you say anything without talking about him?
No, because she has nothing to go on. She has nothing to build her own damn campaign off of.
I know, and it is embarrassing that people think that's a good option. Like, she's like, oh, you're always... This argument... Oh, she blocked me, partially, by the way. I pissed her off. Pissed my ex.
Oh, really?
The one you
Pissed
were
her off.
sheepling last
Yeah.
night.
So I pissed her off, and she's talking about how Kamala's a great, like, good candidate, good policy, and all this. But she's like, oh, you're just part of the Trump cult. And I had to tell her, usually I don't think about Trump at all. Like, he doesn't come up in my life. I don't think about Kamala. I don't think about Biden. I got my own shit going on. I don't give a fuck about these douchebags I'll probably never meet in Washington. I'm not in a fucking cult for any of them. The fucking Democrats are straight up Kamala cult.
Oh, yeah.
With how they are blindly loving this lady who is fucking useless every step of her career. And yet, you think the other side's in a cult because they, you know, don't agree with what you think?
Think about this. When she was running for president, she was the first one who dropped out because nobody wanted her.
Yep.
And she stole all of Biden's electoral votes because nobody wanted her. But the Democrats just give it to her because they need something. And
Well-
she probably was pulling the race card. If you take me off the ticket and you vote the governor of California or the Michigan governor, you put them in there, that's a racist move because I'm a black woman and you can't do that. So
But then, next thing you know, then she goes to a Indian reservation. Not an Indian reservation, but a mosque or something, and now all of a sudden she's Muslim.
Well, I enjoy when she's in Detroit, she's got a clear Ebonics accent, and then goes to Wisconsin, it's very clearly a Midwestern accent, and then talks to a bunch of Jamaicans, and now she's Jamaican all of a sudden.
Goes to Georgia, same story as Chicago.
Got a southern drawl somehow.
Yeah.
Her accent changes so much. Now, okay, a while back, what, a month? She was on the campaign trail and she gave a speech in Wisconsin, and then the next day one in Detroit. And people on the right were kind of giving her shit because it was the same speech, word for word. I will defend her for this. I can't blame her for that. Day after day. Dude, I'm not changing the speech for the next fucking day.
I'm with you on that one.
But what I did notice and kind of annoyed me was her accent changed between the two.
And her mannerisms.
I'll defend her for using the same speech twice. I would do the same fucking thing.
Of course, now, once somebody gives a shit about it, now her speechwriters are like, oh, we gotta start writing more. And this woman's dumb as fuck, so it's gonna be tough.
But for using the same speech twice, I'll defend her for that. But the change in the accent and the mannerisms, that's unexcusable.
Give her that.
that's pandering.
Yeah, at the worst.
So
By the way, while we're talking about all the bullshit, Trump's, sounds like Trump's thought 34 felonies are going to get overturned.
I seen that. Was that the one we were talking about last weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're going to hopefully they sanction the
Oh
attorneys.
God, I hope so.
Dude, please. But we're talking about voting.
So, what's that all about? This is the first time I heard of it.
Okay, so they took it to appeals court, appellate court, to basically get a different set of judges to look at the felonies that were levied against them and the, what was it, $540 million fine?
I thought it was 350
million or something like that.
354
Whatever
million.
number
It was an
was.
astronomical.
Yes.
It was a huge fucking number.
For something that the banks got paid and
So,
there's
hold on.
no
That's-
victim.
So it went to the appellate court, and they said, okay, so what's the problem here? There was no harm. Nobody between the two parties, was it sophisticated parties, was wronged in any way. They knew what was going on. The loan was paid back in full with interest.
Ahead of time.
Well, it was paid back with interest. That's all that matters. So nobody was harmed in this whole thing. This maybe could have been a commercial suit instead of the civil suit it was filed as, but the bank was not harmed. They did not care. They knew it was happening. They did not care.
Deutsche
Trump
Bank?
was not Deutsche Bank. Trump was not harmed.
The bank actually said they would deal with him again.
Well, yeah, they said they've worked with him a lot of times, and he's always paid it back with interest on time. They have no issues working with him and lending him money, knowing full well that he was overstating the value of property to...
Everybody does that.
Exactly.
You're not going to well, I'm just a piece of shit. I don't have anything.
I'd like to devalue mine to bring my taxes down, but I know that's not going to fucking happen.
Well, no, because the
Not for
county
loans.
comes out and says, well, I think your house is worth this much now.
And they're going to see the vehicles and all the toolboxes. Oh, this fucker's got money.
No, now they're going to come by. They're going to see the lights and say, hoo, 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 hoo.
High roller.
This house is worth a lot of
The
money
good thing,
now.
my taxes are going to go down. The Poe people beside him.
Now he borrowed money from them, like I think the number was 21 times, and he's always paid it back. Big numbers. but he's
With
always paid it back.
interest.
With interest. So they're happy. No harm here. Not even
Yeah.
a party foul.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's like,
No.
okay,
He's doing
there-
business.
And I think they were trying to go on that they were screwing the people of New York. How? He was
They
dealing
weren't
with a
even
bank.
It was fucking.
He was dealing with a bank. And, you know,
As you say, he took the money out in his business name. It wasn't. Yeah, he paid the shit back in full with the interest. No harm, no foul. It's bullshit that they would waste taxpayers' money trying to prosecute this.
Well, the prosecutor,
Bullshit.
one of them, Letitia, whatever her name
Yeah.
was, ran on, we're going to go after Trump. So I hope they sanction both prosecutors and charge them with election tampering, because that's exactly what it was.
She was screwing somebody that was involved with it too. I don't remember.
no, that was the lady
That was
down in
Kamala.
Georgia.
Who isn't Kamala?
You got the wrong black one.
Oh, America, right? So activities where requiring a photo ID. We've all heard this before, but I'm going to say it out here.
I'm going to grab another one while you're at that then.
All right.
I'll get it for
Activities
you,
where
buddy.
requiring a photo ID is apparently not racist.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Purchasing alcohol and cigarettes, open a bank account, gotta have an ID. Apply for food stamps. Apply for welfare, Medicaid. Apply for Social Security. Apply for a job. Apply for unemployment. Rent a house, buy a house. Apply for a mortgage, drive a car, rent a car, buy a car. Get on an airplane, get married, purchase a gun, adopt a pet. I didn't know that one. Rent a hotel room. Apply for a hunting license, apply for a fishing license, buy a cell phone, visit a casino, get a prescription, hold a rally or protest, donate your blood, and buy an M-rated video game. Activities where requiring a photo ID must be racist.
Voting?
Voting.
Some of those are a little inaccurate.
Like,
Well, last couple cases of beer I bought, I don't get carded.
because you look 60.
Because they know how old John Wayne. They know how old John Wayne Gacy is.
You look like a mass murderer. Nobody's going to question you.
No,
They don't
mass
know
murder is my
They
driver's
don't know
license
their next
photo.
one. No, you look like a. You look
Serial
suspicious right
killer.
Carter was over here earlier, and I'm like, he just moved just in the right way, and I'm like, stop, look that direction. I think I just seen gray hair on you, bro. He's like,
I'm old. No, I haven't been carded for M-rated video games or
I get carded for cigarettes every
alcohol
freaking
or
week.
well, when I buy a cigar, nothing. I don't know why you get carded. You got so much fucking gray in
Exactly,
that beer.
dude.
big box stores card me every time, but I went
Well-
to Mega Bev on 29th Street, got Amy some of that Blackberry Crown Royal, and I didn't get carded, so.
That's surprising because every party store you go into, which makes sense,
The Big Brother's
they
always
want
watching.
to see your, they want to do your ID because then they can't get fucked.
Well,
for selling to under.
So
They
once
don't
in a
know
while,
who's
the people in charge, ATF I think, send somebody in who's of age but looks young to just see if they card, because it's supposed to be if you look under 50, they're supposed to card you. You look over 50, but like Myers' new policy is card across the board.
I've noticed that.
Which, if you're selling alcohol or liquor, you're
Dude,
dumb not to do it.
Now there's no, well, he looked over 50. It's, you card him.
Yeah.
What is the... You buy a box of beer, or like Amy's whatever she's been buying.
I usually buy
what is
like
it
a
with the
six
sticker
pack.
they put on there? Why do they put that sticker on there?
It's to let them know you've been carded and paid
Okay.
for it.
What?
There's a pink sticker that says Meyer on it. Myers. That's what I should do. I should take a Sharpie, and then next time they put it on there, you dummies, you can't even spell right.
I think they put it
I've
on there
never-
to show that
I've
you've been
never
carded
gotten
for it.
Pay attention. If you go over there, well, it depends on where you're buying your beer. But in store, is that a monster or is that people yelling?
Nope, monster.
Fucking things.
I've never gotten a sticker on my beer when I bought it at Myers. Ever.
Okay.
Ever.
I'm sure we got one.
I've had a couple incidences where they had to take the beer away because I didn't think about it, and I usually do my shopping right when they open, 6 in the morning. I didn't think about it that the
don't sell.
legal, it starts at 7 in the morning. It's for later. I'm not thinking about it. this is part of my grocery
Right.
shopping.
I'll be back later then.
Oh, I figured they took it away from you because you went back to the freaking gardening section and pissed in a plant, and they assumed you were drunk.
No. I buy the beer, drink in the parking lot, then go to the garden center and piss in the pots and say, I'm helping you out.
I'm free watery.
I'm Mother Nature, bitch.
Well, in Philly, in Philadelphia, you can't buy beer at a grocery store like Myers. They have a place beside it that's connected. You can walk in.
Same way
between
with
them.
Indiana.
You have to buy your beer, and you have to pay for it in the beer section, and they put stickers on it, and then you can go grocery shop.
So, like,
What the fuck is that?
down in, like, South Carolina, they have what are called red dot stores, or it's an ABC store, alcoholic beverage container store. But they don't sell alcohol in the grocery store. You have to go to a specific red dot store. Basically, the signage is if they have red
Canada's
dots on
that
the
way.
building, it's to indicate that they sell alcohol. But you have to go to the specific store for it to buy it. Then you can go, but you can't get it while you're grocery shopping.
I think Key West is that way.
As I said, that's the same way in Indiana, like South
There's a lot
Bend.
of weird stuff.
That's government intrusion.
Well, like Florida, near where my mom lives, the Walmarts, you can walk in, and I think you can buy beer, but you can't get hard liquor there. You have to go to an actual liquor store to get
Okay.
liquor, but you can get beer.
Again, government intrusion. Just somebody's.
You can buy beer at a Myers in South Bend, but it's all warm. Nothing's cold.
So, you ever been to Horrocks in Lansing?
Mm-hmm.
Coworker was telling me that you can go out and sit on their like garden patio
Mm-hmm.
or whatever and have 2 beers. That is the limit. So he and his buddies got an idea that they'd have the 2, and then they went over and wanted to buy a 6-pack, and they refused the sale because they already had 2 beers.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a little annoyed because their plan was to go out to the parking lot and drink the 6-pack.
Right.
Well, so how does that work? If you leave
They take
the
your
property
ID.
and you come back, you can have 2 more beers.
Well, they take your ID so they know who you are and what day you were there. Like Grand Rapids Grand Prix, their limit is 2 as well. If you have 2, you are not racing anymore.
Right.
Even though I drive better when I'm drunk.
You got to learn how to drive sober. I mean,
I hope so. I've seen you drive sober and you suck.
Yeah. Did you ever figure out the answer for that stumping question I sent you earlier?
No.
he asked
Dude,
me too, did I'm like, what?
it doesn't make sense.
Something's miswired.
No, the one thing is fill your damn coolant before you leave for the day.
It's full by the time I get air built up and get around,
You'll just blow it out the overflow.
by the time the truck builds up air pressure, because it's got a horrible fucking leak. Not that bad of a leak.
Fucking drivers.
And get around to where the coolant is stored, the fucking tank's back up to the full line.
Fill it up over top of the freaking full line.
You see how far below the fill line it was?
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a
You
lot.
got a leak.
I don't, though.
Speaking of leaks, that thing, the flamethrower, was still leaking a little bit. They pulled the can out. It's slow leak, but still, whatever.
Tighten it down.
Were you gonna touch
Put
those
your
things
purse
off?
down this thing.
Yeah, they're ready. They're just about ready.
Those-
Okay, let's call this and we'll come back and get a lot of gun stuff to hit on. I got a bunch of deals I found. And the Harbor Freight shit, I got a bunch of them for Black Friday.
Just say, I seen one today that I should have jumped on, but didn't.
At Black.
No, just an email deal that I got from Delta Team Tactical.
The Men 2 mags.
No. Assembled upper receiver for 223 wild. So it would do 5.56, 16-inch barrel. Complete built, don't have to do the assembly charge anything. $125.
Fuck, that's cheap.
Yeah. It's $319 is regular price, and they had it for $129.
That tells me everything I need to know about markup. They're still making money at $125. All right, kill it, send it.
Here's a little source as well.
All the rest can go to hell. See ya.